What if I told you that the very things you think make you unattractive are actually magnetic to others? Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist, discovered that true attractiveness isn't what we see in the mirror. It's something far deeper. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why you've been underestimating your own appeal your entire life. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I explore the fascinating world of psychology and human behavior. Today, we're diving deep into Carl Jung's revolutionary insights about attractiveness. And trust me, this isn't your typical how to look better video. Jung believed that what makes us truly magnetic comes from our unconscious mind, our authentic self, and our psychological depth. So grab a notebook, because these 12 signs might completely change how you see yourself. Sign 1. You're comfortable with silence. The first hidden sign is that you're comfortable with silence. Jung called this introversion, but not in the way most people think. If you can sit quietly without needing to fill every moment with chatter, you possess what Jung termed inner richness. People are unconsciously drawn to those who seem content within themselves. When you're comfortable with silence, others sense that you have depth, that there's more going on beneath the surface. This creates what Jung called numinous presence, an almost magnetic quality that makes people want to know you better. Think about it. In a world of constant noise and social media chatter, someone who can simply be without performing is incredibly attractive. Your silence isn't empty. It's full of potential, mystery, and self-assurance. Sign 2. You experience intense emotions. Sign number 2 might surprise you. You experience emotions intensely. Jung believed that people who feel deeply, even if it sometimes feels overwhelming, possess what he called psychological aliveness. If you've ever been told you're too sensitive or too emotional, Jung would say you're actually more psychologically developed than most. Your capacity for deep feeling means you're in touch with your unconscious, and this emotional authenticity is magnetic. People unconsciously recognize when someone is emotionally genuine versus when they're putting on a facade. Your intensity might make you feel different or difficult, but it actually signals to others that you're real, that you're alive in a way that many people aren't. This psychological vitality is incredibly attractive, even if you don't realize it. Sign 3. You're drawn to meaningful conversations. The third sign is your preference for meaningful conversations over small talk. Jung would say this indicates you're individuated. You've moved beyond surface-level social programming. If you find yourself naturally steering conversations toward deeper topics, life purpose, dreams, fears, philosophical questions, you're demonstrating what Jung called psychological sophistication. This depth makes you stand out in a world where most interactions remain superficial. People might not consciously realize why they're drawn to you, but your ability to create meaningful connection taps into something everyone craves: genuine human understanding. Your conversations leave people feeling seen and understood in ways they rarely experience. Sign 4. You have unconventional interests. Sign 4. You have interests that others might consider unusual or niche. Jung celebrated what he called individual differentiation, the process of becoming uniquely yourself rather than following the crowd. Your weird hobbies, unusual book choices, or unconventional perspectives aren't flaws. They're expressions of your authentic self. Jung believed that this authenticity creates what he termed personal magnetism. When you're genuinely passionate about something, even if it's obscure, that passion is contagious. People are attracted to authenticity because it gives them permission to be authentic too. Your unconventional interests signal that you're not afraid to be different, and that courage is incredibly attractive. Sign 5. You question social norms. The fifth sign is that you naturally question social norms and expectations. Jung called this conscious rebellion, not rebelling for the sake of it, but questioning because you're thinking for yourself. If you've ever felt like you don't quite fit into societal expectations, Jung would say you're psychologically advanced. Your questioning nature indicates that you're not just following the collective unconscious, you're developing your own individual consciousness. This independent thinking is magnetic because it shows psychological courage. People are drawn to those who dare to think differently, who aren't just going through the motions of life. Your willingness to question makes you a leader, even if you don't see yourself that way. Sign 6. You're comfortable being alone. Sign 6. You genuinely enjoy your own company. Jung distinguished between loneliness and solitude, and if you're comfortable being alone, you've mastered what he called self-relationship. Your ability to enjoy solitude signals to others that you're not needy or desperate for validation. This self-sufficiency is incredibly attractive because it means any relationship with you is a choice, not a necessity. You're not trying to fill a void, you're already whole. Jung believed that people who are comfortable alone have done the inner work necessary for healthy relationships. Your self-contentment creates what he called psychological gravity. People are naturally drawn to your centered energy. Sign 7. You notice patterns others miss. The 7th sign is your ability to see patterns and connections that others miss. Jung called this intuitive perception, the ability to perceive the hidden connections in life. If you often have insights that surprise people, or you notice things that others overlook, you're demonstrating what Jung termed psychological insight. This ability to see beneath the surface makes you valuable in relationships and social situations. People are attracted to those who can help them understand themselves and their world better. Your pattern recognition isn't just intelligence. It's a form of wisdom that others find compelling and magnetic. Sign 8. You have vivid dreams. Sign 8 might seem unusual. You have vivid, memorable dreams. Jung believed that active dream life indicates a strong connection to the unconscious mind. If your dreams are vivid and you remember them, it suggests you have what Jung called psychological richness. Your unconscious is active and communicative, which often translates into creativity, intuition, and emotional depth in your waking life. This psychological richness makes you interesting and unpredictable in the best way. People sense that there's more to you than meets the eye, and this mystery is inherently attractive. Your dream life indicates a rich inner world that others find fascinating. Sign 9. You're highly empathetic. The 9th sign is your high level of empathy. Jung believed that empathy indicates psychological maturity and emotional intelligence. If you naturally understand what others are feeling, even when they don't express it directly, you possess what Jung called feeling function development. This ability to attune to others' emotional states makes you incredibly valuable in relationships. Your empathy doesn't make you weak. It makes you psychologically sophisticated. People are drawn to those who can understand and accept their emotional complexity. Your empathetic nature creates safety for others to be vulnerable, which is the foundation of deep attraction. Sign 10. You're naturally curious. Sign 10. You have an insatiable curiosity about life, people, and ideas. Jung saw curiosity as a sign of psychological vitality and growth. Your natural curiosity means you're always learning, always growing, always becoming more interesting. This growth mindset is incredibly attractive because it suggests you're not static. You're dynamic and evolving. People are drawn to those who are curious because curiosity is contagious. Your questions and wonder about the world inspire others to think more deeply and see life from new perspectives. This intellectual vitality is a powerful form of attractiveness. Sign 11. You accept your shadow. Sign 11 is perhaps the most important. You're aware of and accept your flaws. Jung called this shadow integration, acknowledging the parts of yourself you're not proud of. If you can admit your mistakes, acknowledge your weaknesses, and accept your imperfections, you demonstrate what Jung called psychological wholeness. This self-acceptance is incredibly attractive because it shows emotional maturity. People are drawn to authenticity, and true authenticity includes accepting your shadow. Your ability to be real about your flaws, paradoxically, makes you more attractive, not less. It shows you're human, relatable, and genuine. Sign 12. You trust your intuition. The final sign is that you trust your gut feelings and intuitive insights. Jung believed intuition was a legitimate way of knowing, not just wishful thinking. If you often have hunches that turn out to be right, or you make decisions based on feeling rather than just logic, you're demonstrating what Jung called intuitive wisdom. This connection to your inner knowing is incredibly attractive. People are drawn to those who seem to have inner guidance, who trust themselves enough to follow their instincts. Your intuitive nature suggests depth, wisdom, and a connection to something greater than surface-level thinking. So there you have it, 12 hidden signs that you're more attractive than you think, according to Carl Jung's psychology. The key insight here is that true attractiveness isn't about physical appearance. It's about psychological depth, authenticity, and the courage to be your genuine self. If you recognize yourself in several of these signs, you're already more magnetic than you realize. Your depth, sensitivity, and authenticity are not flaws to hide. They're gifts that make you uniquely attractive. Which of these signs resonated most with you? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video helped you see yourself in a new light, please give it a like and subscribe for more psychology insights. Remember, your psychological complexity isn't a burden, it's your superpower.